when we read a book, we reflect, think about the book itself, but also reflect in our life how the book may be almost like a mirror, represented and connected or not connected in the way we live. So I am going through the same process as I read Murakami's book. And one thought I just want to share is that his process of writing represent his growth as an individual, as if, for example, he accumulates certain level of knowledge and use that as the source to write something as a book. Sorry for the noise. I do the same thing that everybody would do the same thing, that you accumulate certain experiences and digest it to come up with the idea to move forward. So as I went through his book, I actually wrote down certain ideas in my life, what influenced me, what are the key points that I can capture from early days of my life, middle age, and over time. Some are very interesting, others are not as interesting, but at the end those are composed together, woven together to create some kind of a fabric, the way of life, how my journey of life had taken place. And I think his writing about his novels and the way he does it made me think about that process. And in his case, as he accumulates knowledge and put the ideas into a novel, and then go to the next step, and then keep on going, and as if that's the process of the tree is growing, over different seasons, sometimes with the storm, sometimes with the dry sun, or lack of water, or plenty of water, and happy time, and so on and so forth. So he shared that thought in his books, and I see that even though I haven't read all of them, I read maybe a few, just 2 or 3, but I sense that, and that at my age, I don't have time to go through all of that, and I wanted to capture the best of what I learned from his books and reading and reflecting, and therefore this video is just my monologue reflecting from my life, as many may do the same. One thing I thought is important is when he write in a very calm time. It's a little noisy here today, but his days are set with certain rhythm, as I remember, maybe 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock in the morning for 4 hours and so forth, and then rest and go running and so forth, and maintain that rhythm in writing. Life is like a continuation of rhythm. Life is like a music, as he may share, the rhythm, harmony, and the tone. Rhythm, harmony, and melody, or the tone, all combined to produce a very interesting symphony or jazz with all little ideas. Reflecting my life, so there are perhaps 2 elements to it, that there's such a rhythm, and you can capture all different events in life and synthesize it, as if writing a book, we can do the same thing. And see how it's evolving. As he has done in his writing, we can do our writing, real story of our life, and capture the essence of it. And I think it's a natural thing to do, and almost a duty as the reader to make the most of the situation. He's giving the reference point ideas, and we have to take it, to synthesize it, to capture the essence, and make the most of it. And if we do that, I think that would be something that Murakami, they find it very appreciative, that there's something common as he may think. There's something driving us to move in a better direction in spite of some of the difficulties and so on and so forth. So if I were to just make one suggestion at this moment, because I haven't finished doing it, but to capture the essence is to have the rhythm, and then as he did in his case in writing, we may do the same thing, to capture the essence of different novels in my life, in our lives. Each novel may represent one event or few events at certain time of the life and has some essence of it. Then we have another event, encounter, discovery, an event, and we learn something new and synthesize it. And we go through that, and as I may do at my old age, you can do at your age, as if reading your book. As Murakami may say, that reading and synthesizing and be quiet, accept all the events happening, and read a story out of it to make it very positive about it. And I think that thought corresponds to the idea of mini company I mentioned about. If I say it this way, I was walking outside this morning and there's a tree and there are branches, and some branches going this way and others are this way, and some are with lights, some are more enriched in the colors and the growing in certain direction, and altogether has a beautiful tree. We are like trees, I thought. The mini company idea is each branch has a mini company. There's a mission of what they do and do what they do, and they relate to each other and synthesize the thought as a big tree. And underneath the ground are the roots doing the same thing, going this way and that way, reaching out to this water or avoid this area, too much rock, and they find a way, passage out for the growth. Above ground, underground, conscious, obvious, and they are unconscious but important energy source to drive us forward. So the idea of the mini company and synthesizing and capturing the ideas every now and then, I call it annual report. Our life's annual report over time, or over 10 years and so forth, we can do as much as Murakami may do in his book writing. And keep on moving forward as much as he talk about his marathon, develop the rhythm, even if sometimes it's difficult, maintain that and refresh. The body is energized, and then move on, writing another book, another chapter, and so forth. Maybe a little bit vague discussion that I'm sharing, but as he may approve, perhaps, it is each of us to find the passage, the solution, given the setting. And if we process it in such a manner, I feel that corresponds to his view of his writing and his life, that we can also find it very interesting, and each to write our own novels, real novels in life, and find a meaning in doing so. Thank you.